Why did a tampon get me expelled? I was 17 and apparently born without the ability to say no. Need a ride? I'm on my way. Need a shift covered? Sure, ruin my weekend. My mom called it being a doormat, but I just hated watching people struggle. I kept quiet in school, worked part-time, and got decent grades. The only noticeable thing about me was how I left third period history at the exact same time every day. My teacher never questioned it until a new guy joked, "Dude's bladder is broken," and the whole class laughed. After that, people watched me leave. Problem was, I wasn't going to the bathroom. I was running a secret project for girls who suddenly had nowhere to turn. Our principal had cut free period products from the budget 6 months earlier, his more important priorities. Overnight, girls were left to fend for themselves. I saw one friend bleed through her jeans while the nurse shrugged. Another fainted after days of using toilet paper. So with my tiny grocery store paycheck, I started buying supplies. Girls would meet me during my bathroom break, and I'd slip them what they needed. Some gave me $1 or $2. Most just whispered thanks. For 6 months, it worked perfectly. Until someone misunderstood what they saw and reported me as dealing. That Monday, the principal and a resource officer were waiting at my locker. My stomach dropped. "We got a serious report," the principal said, practically gleeful. "Open it." A crowd formed. My hands shook as I spun the lock. Inside were 8 black pouches lined neatly. The principal smirked like he'd caught a kingpin. The officer unzipped a pouch dramatically, and out spilled pads and tampons. The principal's face fell. "What is this?" "Supplies," I said, "for girls who can't afford any." His face turned purple. "You mean the program I cut?" The hallway went silent. He just admitted it out loud. He grabbed my arm. "You're undermining my authority." And he dragged me down the hall like a criminal. Girls followed us. 2, then 5, then 20. In his office, he shoved me into a chair. Expelled. Effective immediately. Unauthorized distribution. Disobedience. Undermining administration. Through the window, one girl stood doubled over, tears streaming. I knew that look. "Sir," I said. "She needs help." He didn't look up. Not my problem. Then the red stain spread down her jeans. Students outside shouted, "Help her! She's bleeding!" The principal finally looked up and realized he was surrounded by witnesses watching him expel the only person helping while ignoring a bleeding student. His expression changed from furious to terrified. He whispered, "Give her a pouch." I didn't move. He clenched his teeth. "Now." I handed one through the door. The girls rushed her to the bathroom. He stared at his computer, shaking, then deleted everything on the expulsion form. "Get out," he muttered. "Just go." The next morning, the intercom crackled on. The principal announced the immediate restoration of funding for essential hygiene products, sounding like a man being forced to swallow glass. When I walked past his office afterward, I leaned in and said, "Looks like you got cleaned out."